You look in the mirror and say, "I'll do it tomorrow." It rolls off the tongue so easily, doesn't it? It is softer than silk. It is a sedative. It is the ultimate comfort mechanism. When you say those words, you feel a physical release of pressure in your chest. The anxiety of the now evaporates, replaced by the warm, fuzzy promise of the future. I'll start the diet tomorrow. I'll call my mum tomorrow. I'll write the business plan tomorrow. It feels like a plan, but it is actually a trap. But I have a question for you, and I need you to be honest. How many tomorrows do you actually think you have left in the bank? I am a man who loves numbers. I spent 40 years as an accountant, staring at ledgers, balancing books, and finding the truth hidden in columns of digits. Numbers do not lie. People lie. We lie to ourselves constantly. But numbers, they are cold. They are final. And recently, I sat down and did the math on my own existence. I decided to calculate the true cost of someday. I didn't just look at lost money. I looked at lost time, lost sensation, lost life. And the result didn't just scare me, it chilled me to the bone. It made me weep. I realized that I had thrown 50 years of my life into the trash, feeding it into a shredder, one tomorrow at a time. So grab a pen, right now. We are going to do an audit of your existence. The fundamental problem with someday is that it is a vague, nebulous concept. It lives in the foggy distance of your mind. It feels infinite, like a horizon you can never quite reach, but is always there. But here is the hard reality. Life is not infinite. It is strictly, brutally finite. Your life is a ledger with a fixed number of lines, and once they are filled, the book is closed. Let's talk about the compound interest of inaction. You know how finance works. If you invest a single dollar today, it grows, it compounds. If you wait 10 years to invest that same dollar, you don't just lose 10 years of growth. You lose the exponential curve that happens at the end. Life works exactly the same way. The skill you didn't learn at 20 isn't just a missing skill at 30. It is a missing decade of proficiency. It is a missing decade of connections, of confidence, of opportunities that specific skill would have unlocked for you. I'll give you a personal example. I wanted to learn Spanish. I said, someday. I said that when I was 30 years old. I told myself I was too busy, that I'd get to it when things calmed down. If I had spent just 15 minutes a day, 15 minutes, the time it takes to drink a cup of coffee, I would have been fluent by 32. By 40, I could have read Jorge Luis Borges in the original text, feeling the rhythm of the language the way the author intended. By 50, I could have traveled through South America, navigating cities, making friends, understanding a culture deep in my bones. Instead, I am 75. I stand in a Mexican restaurant, and I know how to say burrito. That is it. That is the sum total of my someday. A lifetime of silence where there could have been conversation. I want you to visualize a library. Picture it in your mind. A massive, cavernous, dusty library with rows and rows of shelves that stretch up into the darkness. These shelves are filled with books, but when you pull one down and open it, the pages are blank. These are the books of your potential. Read the titles on the spines, the languages you didn't learn, the instruments you didn't play, the businesses you didn't start, the love letters you didn't send. Run your finger along the spine of those books. Feel the grit. They are thick with dust. They smell of decay and old paper. That is the smell of someday. But here is the twist, the part that really hurts. The tragedy isn't just that the books are blank. The tragedy is that you are paying rent on this library every single day. You are the custodian of this graveyard of potential. and the currency you are paying with is your life. I calculated the specific hard cost of my procrastination regarding my career. I always wanted to start a consulting firm. I had the knowledge, I had the drive, but I put it off for someday because I was too busy with the safety of my 9-to-5 job. I was scared, so I waited. I waited 20 years. Finally, at 50, I did it. And guess what? It was successful. It worked. But here is the math. If I had started at 30, I would have had 20 extra years of income. I would have had 20 years of autonomy, of calling my own shots, of growth. Conservatively, that decision cost me $2 million in lost earnings. But money is just paper. More importantly, that decision cost me 40,000 hours of freedom. I paid 40,000 hours of my life, sitting in meetings I hated, commuting in traffic I loathed, just for the comfort of saying, tomorrow. We also suffer from what I call the right time fallacy. We wait for the conditions to be perfect. We wait for the economy to stabilize, for the kids to grow up, for the sun to shine. Imagine you are standing on a wooden dock, looking out at the ocean. You have a boat ready to sail, but you are waiting for the sea to become perfectly flat, glassy, still. You stand there. The sun rises, the sun sets, the waves chop and change, influenced by wind and tide. The sea is never flat. It is an ocean. Its nature is chaos. You stand there until you are too old to hoist the sail, and the boat rots right there on the dock. The paint peels, the wood splinters. I waited for the right time to have difficult conversations with people I loved. I waited for the right time to invest my money. The right time never arrived because it doesn't exist. The only time is now. The storm is always out there. You have to sail anyway. Here is the calculation I want you to do right now. Do not skip this. Take your current age, subtract it from 80. 80 is the average lifespan if you're lucky. Now multiply that number by 52. That is how many weekends you have left. If you are 30 years old, you have roughly 2,600 weekends remaining. If you are 50, you have 1,560. If you are 60, you have less than 1,000. Think about that. 1,000 Saturdays. That is it. That is not a vast ocean of time. You can fit 1,000 marbles in a small bucket. I want you to close your eyes and hear the sound. Pick up a marble. Hold it over a metal bucket. Drop it. Clink. That is this Saturday. It is gone. You spent it scrolling on your phone. Clink. Next Saturday, gone. Clink, gone. When the bucket is empty, the game is over. The lights go out. There are no refills. You cannot buy more marbles. The cost of someday is the entirety of your life. Someday is not a plan, it is a disease. The only cure is today. You have to stop saying, I will. You have to start saying, I am. Don't say, I will be a writer. Write a page today, right now. Don't say, I will get fit. Drop to the floor and do 10 push-ups right now. The bill for my 50 years of procrastination is a heavy heart and a mind full of what-ifs. I cannot pay that bill. I cannot get a refund on the decades I wasted. I am telling you this so you don't end up with my balance sheet. But you can still stop the meter. You can stop the bleeding. Tear up the word someday from your dictionary. Burn it. It is a lie. There is only this breath, this moment, this decision. What are you going to do with it? Listen, the clock is ticking. Clink.